Once you get to MissouriConnections.org, you've got a bunch of different areas that you can go to up here at the top. Generally, when you're using Missouri Connections, you just want to use the drop-down menus. I find that's easiest to navigate rather than clicking on these and going to the pages. So we're going to be taking assessments today. So just hover over assessments and we will find what we need to go to next. We are going to take the skills assessment today. So hover over here and then click on the skills assessment page that I have highlighted in purple on my screen. Once we click that, it'll take you to this page. You have several options here for what you can click on. We're going to click on the red button that says Select Skills. It should navigate you to this page. And I'll say up front, if you would like translation, if that would help you out, go ahead and click this button. If not, you can just use it as is. What you're going to be doing here is clicking and dragging different skills or things that you enjoy doing into one of these three categories. All right, so we have three categories: very satisfying skills, moderately satisfying skills, somewhat satisfying skills. A good way to think about this is on a scale of 1 to 3, how much do you enjoy something? 3 being you enjoy it a lot, 1 being you enjoy it a little bit. Okay, so this would be your 3 area. 5 very satisfying skills. It's 5 things that you enjoy a lot. So let's say dependability, record keeping, synthesizing, technology design, and depth perception were my 5 very satisfying skills. I could select all 5 of those. I could drag and drop them over here. Okay, that fills up my very satisfying skills. Then I would move on to moderately satisfying. I find persuading, troubleshooting, strength, and a rapid response and independent work moderately satisfying. That would fill up a few of them. I'd want to find a few more. The more that you fill up each section, the better your feedback is going to be here. Okay. Let's say I don't really know what something means. What does impact of responsibility mean? Well, thankfully, they have an easy way to define these terms. So if you click and drag down here into the box where the question mark is, it'll pop up a little screen that says, or that gives you a definition for that term. You can even do it with multiple terms at one time. If I click those 3 and highlight them and drag them over, it will give me definitions for those 3 things. Okay, so you want to make sure to fill up all 3 of these sections as much as possible. Once you're done, you can click Get My Results. So I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to fill this up and then I'm going to click Get My Results. Okay, so now I have these more or less filled up. I'm going to click Get My Results. All right, so on this page, it just summarizes what I chose: my very satisfying skills, moderately satisfying skills, and somewhat satisfying skills. I have a couple of options across the top here. The Holland personality types is interesting. Feel free to look at this. It tells you basically how you break down in terms of the Holland personality types. You can see here I scored a 28, investigative, 25 enterprising, 22 realistic, and so on. You can see descriptions for what those mean here. The next thing that I want you to look at is top 30 occupations. And I think, to be honest, this website, this is a little bit difficult to interpret, but overall, I think it's easy to see. On the left side here, you have a number or several numbers, okay? The highest numbers are basically jobs that correspond to how much like your satisfying skills relate to that job, if that makes sense. So for instance, here I have a 20. That means that it corresponds to the things that I enjoy more than these other jobs. So the higher the number, essentially the higher likelihood of you enjoying a job. It uses skills that you enjoy. Okay. The lower the number, the less you will probably enjoy that particular job.